We go over to Randy Rocky, Swan Financial. Randy, Tony sent us an email. She heard us talk about what's looked at by lenders a couple of shows ago to issue a home buyer pre-approval letter. But she is wondering, we never mentioned how long that pre-approval is good for.
Yeah.
Also, does it look better to a seller if the pre-approval letter was written within 30 days of an offer? Two good questions, Tony. Randy.
Well, the pre-approval letter is usually written day of or right before they make the offer, and the pre-approval lasts for 120 days. The house has to close. If it does not close, we have to repull credit. So from the date of application to closing, it has to be 120 days. So once you get in above the 75-day range, it gets I'm sorry, above the 100-day range, 90-day range, really, it gets a little dicey, and you really need to repull credit if they're about ready to make an offer, just to make sure everything's okay. And credit is very similar to when you pulled it originally.
All right, so recapping that part of the question.
Yeah.
It lasts 120 days, but if you're going past 90 or so days, you want to repull credit to make sure nothing has changed before closing, especially if you've made an offer somewhere within that first 90-day period.
That's right, because after it has to close by on day 120. If it goes day 121, you have to repull credit, and that's with anybody, a bank, or a broker, or a captive lender. There's kind of three categories.
The second part of that question is, does it look better to a seller if the pre-approval letter was created within the last 30 days?
We always create the pre-approval day of, usually. And the reason that we do that is to make sure that we don't have any of the credit problems that are going to be coming up or whatever. So especially your team is very good at this. They call me and go, hey, want to make sure everything's okay, and can you get me a pre-approval letter over? Here's what our offer is going to be.
Right. And the key things that you can put the address of the house that the offer is being made on in the pre level. But do you put what the pre-approval is worth? In other words, how much the buyer is able to afford in the pre-approval letter?
Every agent is different. A lot of them do not want to know exactly what their high-end number is.
Right. I'm a big fan of that. And right. And League understands, because let's say you've got a pre-approval that says you're pre-approved for $550,000, and you put an offer in on a house for $525,000, and you submit that pre-approval letter with that offer, which is what you probably want to do. If it says you're pre-approved for $550,000, then the sellers immediately know you can pay more money if the house is.
That is correct.
Right.
And
it's a tell.
You guys are great negotiators, and that's what you get paid for.
Yeah.
Really. I mean, you're professionals.
Don't give up your bargaining position.
No, never. Right.
Yes.
To all lenders, please, I'm pleading with you, don't put the dollar value of what the buyer is pre-approved for in the pre-approval letter, because it is a tell. It gives away what the buyer is worth, and that hurts in the negotiation side for buyers.
Absolutely.
Yeah.